So first headline from the Economic Times. IAF, Indian Air Force, plans to acquire 114 fighter jets and 96 of them to be built in India. So Indian Air Force is planning to acquire 114 fighter jets and 96 will be the made in India. So it's an easy one. No need to discuss further, I think. The second one headline. Adani Group to raise 4.5 billion via a mix of the offshore loan. So offshore loan is it's a business term. Offshore loan means foreign funding. So Adani will raise 4.5 billion via foreign loans. Okay. Tencent buys stake worth $264 million in Flipkart from Bini Bansal. So Flipkart is now have the majority stake by the Walmart. In 2018, it was the one of the biggest e-commerce deal, approximately $16 billion. 72% of the Flipkart shares now are being held by the Walmart. So Bini Bansal sold 0.72% of his stake to the Tencent, and Tencent is a Chinese company. It's one of the biggest companies of China. So Tencent is a Chinese company. If you know about the Tencent, PUBG, all these applications have the shares of the Tencents. So this is the headline. And third one headlines, India slams WTO response to COVID and stick to the fishery stance. So WTO. Anyone know about the WTO? WTO means the World Trade Organization. It was set up in 1995. WTO, World Trade Organization. The purpose of WTO is to regulate the trade between the countries of the world. So India slams WTO response to the COVID because WTO got failed to manage the COVID and also the fishery stance. So there is an agreement of WTO, agreement on agriculture. So India basically provides subsidies to their farmers. But the developed nations like Western countries, they do not provide anything to their farmers. But Indian government provides subsidy to their farmers. The WTO basically have a stance that do not provide subsidies to the farmers, so that there would be the free competition in international market. So India was not happy with the agreement on agriculture, but now WTO is even planning to have one more agreement on the fish market. So India also slim because in India we have so many fishermen. Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Goa. So India will not sign that agreement. So that's why India slammed WTO. So India is not happy with WTO stance. Okay. And fifth one headline, Saudi Telecom Board proposes $8 billion capital increase. It's an easy one. Saudi Arabian, there is one telecom board, they approach the $8 billion capital increase. That means someone will invest in the Saudi Telecom board. It's an easy one. Global PC shipment to fall 8.2% in the 2022 due to the economic slowdown. It's because of the economic slowdown and also the semiconductor. Taiwan is like exporting the majority of the semiconductors all over the world. But because of the Ukraine and Russia war, and also the supply chain got collapsed due to the COVID-19. That's why the global PC shipment fall to 8.2%. Okay. Government losses challenges to $111 million Orbital Award in dispute with Reliance and Shell. So the keyword is Orbital Award. Orbital Award means if there is a dispute with two foreign government. In that case, an authority from that foreign state and one authority from Indian state, they will basically pronounce an Orbital Award, and that Orbital Award is legally binding. So government of India loses a case of $111 million. So Orbital Award is basically an award given by the two authority, one from the domestic and one from the foreign. So this one is the Orbital Award, and it's like Nirav Modi. So there is an agreement with the UK government. So one lawyer will basically represent in the UK, even in the European judicial systems on behalf of the Indian government, and one from the UK government, and they will basically pronounce an arbitral award. So India have the agreement, these types of the agreement with different countries. I do not know how many countries we have the agreement. Okay. So yeah. So government loses that arbitral award dispute. 4.8 lakhs home worth 4.48 lakhs crore is stuck or delayed in the top 7 cities. 2.4 lakh unit in the NCR. So yeah, it's about the homes, real estate. It's a data. So if you can remember, try to learn it. Otherwise, leave it. Business standard. The first one, headlines. IPL media rights auctions bid crosses 43,000 crore marks on the day one. So now BCCI is basically planning to auction the IPL media rights, and BCCI was expecting around 45,000 crore Indian rupee, and on the first day auction goes up to 43,000 Indian crore rupee. Crore Indian rupee. Okay. So I do not know about the day two. We have to read about the day two. Vedanta to modify the design of the waste heat and recovery plant in Goa. So Vedanta is planning to modify the design of the waste, and Vedanta is a company. It is very famous nowadays in news because they are planning to have a joint venture with a company of Taiwan to set up a semiconductor industry in India, just like Maruti Suzuki, Hero Honda. In the same way, we will see Vedanta and one more company from Taiwan. They will set up a joint venture to manufacture semiconductors in India and chips in India. So yeah. Jara India revenue in financial year 2022 rises to rupees 1815 crore and profit at 148.7. It's a pure data. If you can remember, then try to remember it. Otherwise, leave it. India first display fab to be established in Telangana, worth rupees 24,000 crore rupee. It's a fair, just like we have science fair. In the same way, there will be a display in the Indian state of Telangana, and the worth 24,000 crore rupee product will be displayed. Fueled by the demand, M&M. M&M means Mahindra and Mahindra to set up a first tractor plant in decade in Mohali. In decade means like this decade. A decade is a group of 10 years. So they are planning to set first tractor plant in Mohali. M&M means Mahindra and Mahindra. Baiju owned Akash. Eyes 60 to 70% growth in the financial year 2023, and new centers and hiring on the cards. So Akash is a educational institute. They are providing classes related to the science, NEET, IIT, JEE, mains. But now Baiju have basically the majority stock in the Akash. But if you see, after Akash got acquired by the Baiju, they see the growth of the 60 to 70% in financial year 2023. FinMin issued draft SOP for e-commerce jewelry
Everyone,
export
good
via
evening.
Wait, okay. FinMin issues a draft SOP for e-commerce jewelry export via courier route. SOP means standard operating procedure. So FinMin basically now planning to export jewelry via courier route. If you see, it is very difficult to export jewelry via international courier route, but now FinMin, there is one startup in India. Now they are basically planning to propose a standard operating system to export jewelry from India. So monsoon likely to become active next week. Okay, it's an easy one. Monsoon, it's about monsoon. USA hopes to start trade talk under IPEF to fuel economic activity. IPEF. And there is one more regional group. Not regional, it's an international. RECP. RECP was basically led by the China. And IPEF was the response of the RECP. IPEF means Indo-Pacific Economic Framework, and at least more than 13 to 15 countries, they basically comes together and have a big block so that they can do the freely trade. So USA hopes to start the trade talk under the IPEF to fuel the economic activity. So it is a good initiative for India because India is not part of the RECP agreement, but India is the part of the IPEF agreement. Okay. So it is a good initiative by the USA government. Power demand had jumped by the record 45,000 megawatt per day amid heat waves. So RK Singh. Another year, it is a data, if you can remember. Otherwise, leave it here. Not that much important. Gujarat diamond industry hit by the Russia-Ukraine war. So Gujarat diamond industry hit because of the Russia and Ukraine war. Someone even we do not know why. We basically import diamonds, the raw diamonds from the Russia. And then we do the polishing and all these work in the city of Surat. And then we export those polished diamonds in the market of USA. But USA basically put sanctions and also put sanctions on those diamonds that have the origin from the Russia. Because of this, Gujarat diamond industry hit hard by the Russia-Ukraine war. And it's a very sad news for the India because Surat is like the diamond city of the world. So, okay. FPI pull out. You can ask, yeah. If you want to ask, you can ask. FPI pull out rupees 14,000 crore from Indian equities in June on global domestic concern. Global domestic concern. Global means Ukraine-Russia war. Domestic concern. Because of this, the economy of so many countries got tripled. If you see in USA, they are experiencing the highest inflation rate in the history of the USA. FPI means foreign portfolio investor. So those foreigners who invest in the Indian stock market, they basically sold their stocks and they sold the stocks of the 14,000 crore Indian rupees. Okay. Please do not interrupt anyone. If you want to speak, you can ask. Just need to say, excuse me, I want to ask this. You can ask. And next one, rupees 77,000 crore MSME dues cleared since May 2020. MSME Min Narayan Rane. MSME means Ministry of the Small Medium Enterprises. It is a ministry, at central government level. So there is a due of 77,000 crore Indian rupees. Now it's cleared. Smart TV volumes grow up, but overall sales dips in Jan to April. That means the quantity of the smart TV got rise, but at the same time, the value of the sale got decreased. Maybe due to the discount, maybe due to the some type of the unusual instances in this smart TV industry. Maybe. I do not know about this. Sorry. India consider wheat export to the 5 nations and diplomatic efforts pick up. So recently India banned wheat export. But now Indian government is considering to export wheat to the 5 nations. So it's okay. From government to government level, they can export. Delivery of the S-400 missile system to India producing well, Russia said. So we are planning to acquire S-400 missile system from Russia. So Russia said we will deliver you on time. India-China ties. China calls for the peaceful means to settle the territorial dispute. Recently, there was a dialogue in Singapore. The dialogue name was the Singhari La. In India, we also have a political dialogue. The name of that dialogue is the Raisina dialogue. In the same way, Singapore also have one political dialogue debate. The name of that debate is the Singhalari law. So Chinese foreign minister said that we should solve our territorial dispute peacefully. It's okay. India reported 858 fresh COVID cases and active cases rise to 44513. You leave it. Government to set up 15,000 PM3 schools as a part of the national education policy. So recently our government launched a new education policy in 2020, but now government is planning to have the 15,000 Pradhan Mantri Shri schools as a part of the national education policy. Okay. SBI says the loan demand is bouncing back as its shares outperform peers. So sometimes we cannot understand this line. Like, what is the work of a bank? A work of that bank is to providing loans and collecting deposits from the general public. Yeah, this is the business of the bank. But now because the loan demand is bouncing back as its shares outperform well. Peers means well. Okay, you can say well. So if the SBI shares got rise in the stock market, it means that loan demand in Indian industry got bounced back. So it is the good news for the Indian industry. Now you can ask.